Hello and welcome to Monday. Now, let's talk about something that happened yesterday. I think I briefly mentioned this, and, uh, yeah, it's a whole story. So, a couple of months ago, you'll remember that I picked up this. This is the 8BitDo microcontroller for Bluetooth, and you can use it for any of your devices. It's a wonderful little controller. I've had so much fun with it, but I've primarily been using it for exercising on the elliptical. I'll have my analog pocket hooked up to the TV, and I'll be just gaming away on this little guy for as long as I feel comfortable for, and it served me incredibly well for the past couple of months. The thing is, I'm not so sure if you noticed, but it's very tiny. Normal controller, I don't have one in reach at the moment. Probably would have been good. A normal controller is a little bit larger, and the thing about things being so small, you tend to misplace or lose them kind of easily. That was the case today or yesterday, where I left it in my workout pants, and as you know, Sundays are laundry days. So I just chucked my pants into the washing machine, and once the wash was done, at the very bottom, I saw this guy. So first thing I do is press the button, see if it lights up. It does not, and that means that it's not working anymore. Plug it into the charger, see if anything's happening. It's not working. So my first instinct is to unscrew it and see if there's anything that can be done. Unfortunately, there's no screws on the controller, right? So that means I needed to pry it open. And I was like, sure, there's probably clips or something. So I start prying it open, and you can kind of see, not really, but I start prying it open from like underneath the button. And like once I get the front plate off, I take a toothbrush and I just brush everything, and it turns out to be working fine. So I'm like, great. So then I go put everything back in place and put the cover back on, and then it's not clipping back into place. Probably because there were no clips to begin with. It was just like hard plastic, just connected or whatever, which is fine, I guess, but it's kind of anti-right to repair consumer thing, which I'm a huge advocate for. Either way, I'm like, okay, how do I solve this? Glue, right? So I'm like, okay, what kind of glue do I have? I have my jewelry epoxy that I use for gluing rings together, which I will be working on eventually soon. I swear, I promise. So I'm like, cool. So I take some glue. It's dried out. I take a toothpick, and I just start rubbing it around the edges. And then I press it down, hit it with a hairdryer, and it looks okay, right? The thing is, like, it looks fine and everything, but the edges weren't like fully setting properly. So I'm like, okay. So I had some more glue around the edges, but then some glue on the side is just like, it's like, it's tacky. It's not liquid, so it's just like there's excess glue. So I started trying to scrape it off, and it works to a degree. And like you can see that there's like maybe some minor cosmetic damage on the side here, and especially like here. Well, especially this side, but like here as well. It's not too bad, but like it's completely usable again, right? If I press this button, you see it lights up. Yeah, it's working fine. I tested all the buttons. But then I was like, okay, if I want to remove this efficiently, I remembered that I had some glue debonder, which typically you'll use if you get glue on your fingers and you need to get it off. You just, squirt a little debonder on there, wash it off, and you're completely good. So I'm like, cool, I'll just put some on here and get rid of the excess glue. And then tragedy struck. Some of that debonder dripped on the back and left a mark. So I considered this controller to be, not it's completely usable and completely fine, but it's not in tip-top performance anymore, which kind of sucks. So naturally, I did the only smart thing, well, only thing I could really think of, and I ordered another one. You just saw this controller moments ago when I was pointing out the sides and everything, but yeah, like it's so weird to feel like, like the difference between a controller I've been using for months at a time and then this one that's brand new. Um, but yeah, now I have two of them. I also did file a little warranty claim with the company behind it. So 8BitDo, if you're watching this, they're not. Um, so hopefully I'll be able to get a replacement for this. I like I said, it works completely fine and it's completely usable, and I'll probably just keep it around just for like, if I ever want to use it for something. It may be the Player 2 controller, but it's like after like a couple seconds with it, you don't even notice that it's like, completely different from this one. Um, it's usable, it's fine, and worst case, company doesn't respond and I don't get another one, but hopefully I'll be able to swing that. But yeah, like, check your pockets. That's all I can really say. Just make sure that like your pockets are empty. I know I keep a lot of things in my jacket pocket, like headphones and masks. I'll just keep in, but like if I'm washing those, I make sure to check. It's just like sweatpants that I have a small controller that's how much does this even weigh? It doesn't even say the. I wish it said the weight on here. It might on the instruction manual, but it's just so light and like you put it in your pocket, and I didn't even feel it when I was like getting ready to toss things in the wash. So I guess that's whatever. But going forward, I'll probably use this, and if I get a replacement one, well, I might just chuck this in the garbage. No, I won't. I'm not that cruel. I'll just put it back in the box and tuck it away somewhere in this pile of boxes. But yeah, I think that's where I'm just gonna call it for today. It's been a whole endeavor with this, and I'm glad to at least have a replacement. Thank God for 1-day shipping. That's super cool. I went out to the grocery and did a little bit of shopping, and then by the time I came back, I was like ready to start working out. This is at my doorstep, so that's good. Like as I was walking back from the store, I saw the Amazon truck just drive by. I'm like, awesome, it'll be here momentarily, and turns out it was. So super happy with that. And worst case, nothing else happens. Best case, I get a new controller. Hopefully I can tell them to send me one in blue, but we'll see. Regardless, that's where I'm gonna call it for today. Thank you all for watching. I hope to see you tomorrow. And until then,